everyone, I am Deep Patel from Department of Mechanical Engineering. Today we are going to start new topics of basic mechanical engineering. Today we will discuss about total 4 topics. First is mass, weight, force and power. Next is temperature and specific heat. Third is change of state, and fourth is internal energy and enthalpy. So let us start with mass, weight, force and power. Okay. So first of all, what is mass? So mass is quantity of matter which is contained into the body. Okay. And we can write mass as W by G. W is the weight and G is the gravitational acceleration. Okay. And the unit of weight is Newton and unit of G is meter per second square. We can also write Newton as kg meter per second square. Okay, so meter per second square will gone. So finally the unit of mass is kilogram. Okay, our next term is weight. So what is the weight? Weight is the force which is exerted by the gravity. Okay, and the formula of weight is mass into gravity. The unit of mass is kilogram and unit of G is meter per second square. So the unit of weight is kg into meter per second square. Sometimes it is also we can write as a Newton. Okay. So here we can differentiate mass and weight as mass will remains constant in all over the universe, whether you measure it at Earth or at the moon. So the amount of mass will be constant for any body. But if you measure weight at Earth and at moon, then the amount of weight will be different because the weight is depends on the gravitational force. Okay. Next term is the force. So what is the force? So according to Newton's second law, we can define the force as the rate of change of momentum is known as force, and the change of momentum is mass into velocity. So the change of velocity with respect to time is known as the acceleration. So the force is equals to mass into acceleration, and we know the unit of mass is kilogram and acceleration is meter per second square. So finally the unit of force is kg meter per second square, and the force, this definition of force is given by the Newton. So sometimes the unit of force is also Newton. Okay. The next term is the power. So what is the power? Power is the rate of doing the work is known as power, and we know the unit of work is joule, and the rate of doing work means it is divided by time, and the unit of time is second. So unit of power is joule per second, and the power is defined by the well-known scientist Watt. So sometimes the unit of power is the watt. Okay. So we have discussed about mass, weight, force and power. Okay. Next topic is temperature and specific heat. So let us start. So our first term is the temperature. So how we can define the temperature? Temperature is the qualitative indication of the relative hotness or coldness of the body. So if we want to define whether the body is hot or cold, then we need one property through which we can define it. That property is known as the temperature. Also in our previous lecture we have discussed about the zeroth law of thermodynamics. In zeroth law we have also discussed about the temperature. Okay, and the unit of temperature is Kelvin or degree Celsius, and we know the relation between the Kelvin and degree Celsius as that 0 degree Celsius is equals to 273 Kelvin. Okay. Now our next term is the specific heat. So what is the specific heat? We know from our previous discussion the equation of heat is mc delta T. In that equation, m is the mass of substance, C is the specific heat, and delta T is the change of temperature. So from that equation, if we define C, that is the specific heat, as C equals to Q upon m into delta T. That means if we want to increase the unit temperature of a unit mass substance, then the amount of heat which is required to rise the unit temperature of unit mass, that heat is known as the specific heat. Okay, so specific heat may be vary by substance to substance. Okay, for example, if we measure specific heat of water, then the amount of specific heat for water is 4.186 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Okay, if we write specific heat for air, then the specific heat for air at constant pressure, that is 1.005 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Similarly, specific heat for air for constant volume, that is CV, 1.718 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So we can say that the specific heat can be vary by substance to substance. Okay. Now, if we discuss about the unit of specific heat, so C is equals to Q upon m into delta T. The unit of Q is kilojoule or joule upon mass, mass means kilogram, and delta T is the change of temperature, that is measured in Kelvin or degree Celsius. So finally, the unit of specific heat is kilojoule per kg Kelvin or kilojoule per kilogram degree Celsius. Okay, that is the unit of specific heat. Okay, for gas is, if we measure specific heat at constant pressure, then that is known as the CP. Okay, or specific heat at constant pressure. If we measure the specific heat at constant volume, then it is indicated by CV, that is the specific heat at constant volume. Okay, so for gases we can define specific heat at Cp and Cv, and for the liquid the specific heat will remain constant as C. Okay, now our next topic is the change of state. So in the change of state we will discuss about total 4 points. First is the melting temperature, second is the boiling temperature, third is the critical point, and fourth is the triple point. Okay, so let us start with the melting temperature. So what is the melting temperature? From the word melting, you can easily understand that melting temperature is the temperature at which solid will start converting into the liquid. Okay, so and we know that the melting temperature of ice at 1 atmospheric pressure is 0 degree Celsius. Okay, so simply we can define melting temperature is the temperature at which the solid is start into converting into the liquid. Okay, next is the boiling temperature. So what is the boiling temperature? So from the word boiling, you can easily understand that boiling temperature is the temperature at which the liquid will start converting into the vapor. Okay, and we know the boiling temperature of water is 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, because we know at 100 degrees Celsius the water is start converting into the steam. Okay, next is the critical point. So what is the critical point? So critical point is the point above the temperature and pressure only one phase, that is the vapor phase, is exist. Okay, so above the critical point only one phase, that is the vapor phase, is exist, that is known as the critical point. Okay, and the fourth point is the triple point. So in the triple point, what happens? We can say that triple point is the state in which solid, liquid and gaseous phase coexist in the equilibrium condition. Okay, so that point is known as the triple point. And for water, if we measure the value of triple point, then it is the 0.01 degree Celsius, or it is 273.16 Kelvin. Okay, that is the value for water. So in this topic we have discussed about melting point, boiling point, critical point and triple point. Okay. Now our next topic is the internal energy and enthalpy. So let us talk about the internal energy first. If we make simple meaning of internal energy, then internal energy is the stored energy inside the body. Okay, that is known as the internal energy. Now from the first law we can write Q minus W is equals to U. Okay, so if we take one example for our better understanding, that for one body, if 100 kilojoule heat is come and 40 kilojoule work is done, okay, then 100 kilojoule energy is comes in the form of heat and 40 kilojoule energy is go out of the system, that is in the form of work. Okay, so the remaining 60 kilojoule energy will be stored into the system, and that 60 kilojoule energy is known as the stored energy, and sometimes it is also known as the internal energy. Okay, so we can say that internal energy is the stored energy into the system, and we can write from the first law, that is U equals to Q minus W. Okay, and the unit of internal energy is joule or kilojoule. From the Joule's law, we can also say that the internal energy is function of temperature only. Okay, so it is depends on only temperature. Okay, our last definition is the enthalpy. So what is the enthalpy? Enthalpy is the addition of two properties, that is internal energy and flow work. Okay, so we can write H is equals to U plus PV. Here U is the internal energy and PV is the flow work. So flow work is the multiplication of pressure and volume. Okay, so we can write H is equals to U plus PV. Now in the previous lecture we have discussed about the extensive property and intensive property. In that we have taken example of enthalpy. So we have said that enthalpy is the extensive property, but if we divide enthalpy by mass, then it will become the specific enthalpy, and specific enthalpy is the intensive property. So from this equation you can easily understand what is the meaning of enthalpy. The enthalpy is the addition of two properties, that is the internal energy and flow work. Okay, so this is what all about the enthalpy. So in this topic we have discussed about the internal energy and enthalpy. So in the last we have discussed total 4 topics today. First is the mass, weight, force and power. Next is the temperature and specific heat. Third is the change of state, and fourth is the internal energy and enthalpy. Okay, so thank you for today.